Right, there's something that I really want to do before we begin. I think before we start though, I will show you guys the poll. So let's, will this work? Will Discord come up? Yes, it's come up. Okay. You can, so if you haven't been keeping an eye on our poll, this is how it's looking at the moment. As you can see, 3 of them have got 10 votes already. So it does close today at 6 PM my time, which is less than 3 hours from now. And hi White, how are you doing today? You having a good day? I hope you're having a good Friday. Look at you, Auntie Kate, you're nearly in the top 10. Huzzah. But yeah, we have like some clear leaders, and then we have some that are not too far behind, and then we've got a few that probably definitely won't be in the game. But we'll say there's plenty of time left. The results could completely change around. So, exclamation mark poll. I'm spam chat with this today. And that should lead to the Discord. Like, I hope it does lead to the Discord for people that aren't currently in there as well. But I actually think it's working quite well having a poll run over 2 days instead of just 1 day. I've been quite surprised by how many votes there has already been so far, actually. You guys are awesome. I haven't voted yet, as you can see. Because if I do, it'll turn a different colour. Okay, so what I was going to do is... I'm just like logging on to Streamlabs at the moment. You guys can't see, but I am. It's something I've been considering adding to the overlay on here. Because I am putting these videos on YouTube. And it's made me wonder whether I should have, what do you call them? I'm trying to find it now. The chat box thingy-majig. So you can see what people are saying on chat, but actually on the stream. Usually I've not been a fan of that because it takes up space, in my opinion. So I never used anything like that during gaming streams, but for this, and because I'm uploading on YouTube, I'm sort of considering doing that. But we'll see how it looks first. I haven't completely made my mind up. I want to like kind of test and see how it goes. Hi Demi, only going to be here a little while, really tired, but do want to miss all the stream. You are awesome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you are sleepy, it's totally understandable. You need your sleep. I'm a sleepy one today too. I had a late night and took me ages to, well, I didn't get to have tea or coffee because there was a random man in our kitchen and I'm too shy to go down when there's somewhat a stranger around. So I'm a sleepy one too for those reasons. And I mean, part of me's thinking maybe we'll have a slightly bit of a shorter stream today, but I don't want to, I'm not 100% sure yet. I'll see how it goes and how I feel, because I might start to get more energy as the stream goes on. But I'll see how I feel. We're not going to have a super short stream or anything. If it was going to be shorter, it would probably just be a half hour less or something. We'll see. Right, so if I do this, you guys will be able to see everything. You can see everything, oh my goodness. But yeah, this is just a sneak peek of what I'm doing at the moment. I'm trying to, I'm going to try and get a chat box on the overlay. But I want to see how it looks, because I haven't made my mind up completely if I want this. But yeah, it's because of YouTube videos mainly. I'm uploading every single VOD to YouTube, and it's great when you're on Twitch because, well, you can see what people are saying, but on YouTube, people watching won't know what I'm responding to, so it could be handy for those reasons. And it's also nice to have like a log of chat forever, I suppose, as well. because it eventually does disappear after a certain amount of days on Twitch. Okay, so what theme? Let's have a look at the themes together. Yeah, it's going to be weird. Like, let's just get rid of Discord for a sec. It needs to be able to stand out, you know what I mean? And that one might clash. That one, I mean. So I'm thinking a boxed one could work. We'll see how it looks. Save settings. Copy. I forgot how to do this now. I think it's is it a browser source? Will it work? Maybe someone needs to chat before it works. Let's do a test. Okay, it has worked. I don't even know where to put this. This is going to be interesting. Okay, that's massive. Yeah, this is my only issue. I'm one of these people that don't like too much clutter in the screen. So I think I would hide the bot commands though. If we was going to do this, hide. Yeah, hide the chat bots, because they're the ones that tend to be super long. Thank you for the random testing for the chat. Why? What? Appreciate that. Okay. I was like, I'm thinking the bottom corner here, but let's see how it looks on against RPG Maker first. That's slightly got a bit of transparency to it, hasn't it? And you can't even see if it's too transparent. I think something like that could work, though. It doesn't. What do you think, guys? That doesn't get in the way too much, does it? It'd be great if there was a way to make the background transparent. You think the background's better gone? There is options to do that, but I was wondering if that would make some of the text clash. So I was actually wanting the background to be a solid colour or close to a solid colour, especially when we have like things like the Discord open and you've got names here on the side and that. So, but I don't know how to do that. Maybe change text colour and transparent background. Yeah, I'm not sure. Does it even Streamlabs even let you? I think it does let you have a custom CSS, but I know, can't bother to mess about with it all. Shade of red since your rose ain't blood. Yeah, that's the thing. It might clash against other names, and I kind of don't want it to stand out too much, if you know what I mean. But oops, wrong screen. Oops. Guys, I'm thinking I definitely want it because it's really useful for the YouTube videos, but we'll probably have to just keep it as it is. I don't think it's going to allow much We can do a custom. We can do one, but it's probably going to just take time, and I'll be doing this all stream instead of the game. Because I forgot CSS and how it works. Well, it's quite straightforward, really. I'm being silly. I'm looking for the transparency section at the moment. Well, better to barely be able to read the names than read than 90% of the text being written. Can't you see it then? I know, I know. I want it to be too big, you see. I could have it big so you can see, but let's test again. I can see the text. I couldn't even see the text if it's like that. The names aren't super clear though. I agree there. What have you for follow, subscribe, notice? Is it possible to make that the message background? Maybe, but it would probably just take me a long time to figure it out. So I'm looking at the CSS at the moment here, but honestly it makes no sense to me. White and bright colours. I want it to look good against every screen we have up, so which is why having it boxed works. But we'll just give it a go as it is, I think, for this stream. We don't have to be fussy about it, it's just something to so that people on YouTube will see what it says. Okay, I can't really see it, if I'm honest. I wish I could make the box be not transparent. Yeah. I wouldn't have it trans. I would like literally have it as a solid colour if I could, but I'm even finding opacity in the CSS, but I can't find, it's not there, so I don't know where I'm meant to be looking. There's only one opacity, but that's nothing to do with the background. It's somewhere. I'm just not finding it. You think there's a slider? Oh my gosh, I feel like such a dumb if I miss that. As I don't know if there is. If there is, tell me, because I can't see it. It's got background colour, but nothing to control the transparency or anything. Hi Rob, how you doing? Can you send the CSS through Pastebin, please? mean, I don't know what this CSS is. Is it like the default one that isn't boxed? It's very confusing to me. I've never used Postprint before. I'm sorry, what? I don't know what I'm doing here. Let me get back on RPG Maker a sec. I don't have to like log up or anything, do I? For Postprint, it's not going to take me forever. If it's like a 1 minute thing, then yeah. Okay, so this should, I think I've done it. There we go. Let me know if you can work that out or anything, because I can't. I mean, I've messed about with CSS before, but it takes me, I'm not like a web designer or anything, so it can take me much longer than somebody that is. You on a bus again? Boring? Oh no, there's no smelly people on the bus, is there? I don't like, but I have to go straight to the back where no one can see me. If it changes the CSS when you change the background colour, you might be able to find the background transparency by searching colour code in the yeah, that's what I was looking for, but I didn't really see it. Moon Shadow! Oh my goodness, how are you doing, Moon? Hope you're having a good Friday. How was your week? No smelly people, thankfully. Yeah, good. Twinsy! How has Twinsy's week been? Been playing Final Fantasy, that mobile game? My goodness, Moon, I really want to play that game more. I've like literally been doing so much stuff. But when I get some free time, I'm definitely going to have a play. Because I thought it was really cool. Okay, I'm scared of having display capture up 24/7, so, but I'll get it up now and again so you guys can see what I'm looking at. But that's just the CSS I sent on Payspin, and I don't get it. There's so much to do in that game, Rose. As I've said before, it can be overwhelming, but with patience and time, you'll master it. Yay! You like probably put in 1,000 hours or something, yeah. Okay, guys. Well, I mean, the box thing is, to me, I'm okay with that. I would just like it to be a little bit more solid colour so that we can see people's names a bit clearer. I think the text is clear enough though, but I'm okay. I don't need to make it all fancy and coloured because that could make it clash. So, but what I do like about the chat box is that they do disappear and they're not on the screen forever. That way it doesn't get too cluttered that way. Do you guys agree? Okay, so now that's done. Okay, so now that's done, let's just have a peek at our Discord again and see how the votes are getting on. So this is a poll we're doing today, guys. We started it on Wednesday actually, and it closes today. It's been open for 2 days, this poll has, and I actually really like. I'm considering seeing what it's like to have polls open over the course of 2 days, rather than just the 1 day, because I think it's worked quite well for this one. We got quite a few votes on it already, and we've still got the rest of this stream. So no decisions have been made yet what enemies we're going to have, but we will know when we say bye today which ones we're going to have, and that'll be fun because I know on Monday's stream we can do the battle system. We can add these enemies to the battle system, and we can start thinking maybe of abilities they can have, and we all about balancing the difficulty, making sure they're not too hard to beat, because these are going to be quite easy mobs because it's the start of the game, and they've also got to be easy enough for one party member to kill, because we've only got the one party member so far. So it's going to be fun to do all that and make sure that they're not too hard, and thinking of some skills for them and stuff. And that's probably what we'll do next week. And if nobody, well, I think some of you have voted, but if some of you haven't, there's the link to our poll. Oh, the bot's still showing on the chat. I think that's because I've put that myself though, maybe. Okay, so I'm going to keep that there. I don't think we're going to have another poll today. We'll just have this one. We'll see. I can't think of a poll in particular to have yet for today. But we do have the one for naming the tree. But it's not like vital we do that quite yet. I think when we do the side quest that's involved with the tree, that's when it's going to be important. Okay, so right, here we are. And also I have something to tell you about flowers. Because well, some of you might know we had a problem with flowers in the game last week. Or no, it was Monday this week actually. Where are they gone? Where are they hiding? What layer? Is it C? Might have been oh, it's this one. Yep. Basically RPG Maker with the whole top, because it's done in tiles, the flowers look very unnatural when placed on the ground. But what I have done is I've downloaded the plugin called Doodads. Somebody recommended that in chat on Monday, so whoever it was, I forgot who it was now, but thank you, because I had heard of that plugin before, and I did try it once before, and I ended up uninstalling it because it didn't work for me. I messed something up and I couldn't even get it to work, so I just gave up on it. But this time I actually did get it to work, so we're going to get a test play up, and I'm going to show you guys how that plugin works and why we'll be able to put flowers on the ground properly this time. Right, I'm going to just put the music on mute a sec, because when I start the test play, it's going to be full blast, guys. I'm going to mute the in-game music, I think, today, because we're going to be doing quite a few test plays today, and especially if we're going to be using Doodads. So, right, let's mute this. Oh my god, my ears, my poor ears. Okay. Right. Here we go. Here's our game. One thing I have noticed though is since I've installed Doodads, the loading screen seems longer. Which is a little bit worrying. A poll about if we should have another poll. That'd be funny, mean. Yeah, let's try that again. I don't want it. I don't want the loading screen to be there for like 5 seconds, but I'm probably eventually going to make a custom loading screen anyway that links with the whole Raindrop Chronicles thing. Oh no, sorry guys, the music clashed. I don't know why it's done that. I already muted it. But yeah, I'll probably do a custom loading screen eventually. The game allows that, that is. Hopefully it does. Okay, so that time it loaded straight away. Cool. Alright, so this is Lightfall. We're fine for flowers here, but the next section is Everbloom Forest, and because of the name, there's got to be a lot of flowers. It's going to be a flower forest. We still have Lake Falls mini map in the corner, so ignore that. I do have to do a mini map for this section, so I might do that today, but we'll see how it goes. We got quite a few bits and bobs to do in today's stream, and what we do to place doodads is it is quite interesting. I actually like adding stuff in the test play instead of the editor, but we got some flowers here. Do we have our flowers? Okay, so flowers eye, we got them here, and this is what we can do. Hi. I need to return. Okay, so as soon as I press the arrows, yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to this because I've never used it before. Let's clear those. Made a mistake. But basically what this little plugin thing does is it's gonna let us place these objects anywhere we want, which is really cool. We're not like restricted to the tiles and the grid, and for some things the tile and the grid is great. It's fine, like for actually what we've already done, but then there's certain things that need to be more natural in looks, and flowers is definitely something that needs that. So this is something we could actually do. We could like literally just do this. Like I could just fill every single bit of, yeah, I've made it a mess. The flowers are going over the edge, but this is just a little test, and just doing that just like is exactly how it should look. I don't know if we should have all the same flower though, but I'm not sure, haven't decided yet. We're gonna experiment. It looks a mess like that, so but when it's done I just save it, and then it's saved forever, I believe. It won't appear on the RPG Maker editor, but it will be on the game and in the test play. Hey Rose, can you try swapping background colour with background colour RGBA 000.5 important in the body tag? If that doesn't do it, it's probably on the JavaScript. Oh, okay. Let's have a little look at that paste bin again then. We'll just say bye to the game for a sec while we do this. Okay. So let's search background colour. I don't have it, I have it open at the moment even though you guys can't see it. Okay, so background colour. This is like the sort of code RPG Maker uses, isn't it? So I take it the 0.5 is going to make it 50% transparent. Okay, so I've saved it, but oh, okay, I think it's ruined it, hasn't it? Because it's completely got rid of all the boxed stuff and it's made it like really default. So have I made a mistake? What I've done is this. Did I not Shouldn't I have put those swirly brackets in? Was that a mistake? Should I have left them out? You have an extra comma? Oh crap, do I? I have as well. Blame my eyesight. Let's try that. Yeah, it's gone. So maybe it doesn't work then. Oh no. Never mind. We'll go back to what it was. It's no big deal, guys. Like, it's slightly transparent. It would have been nice for it to be a solid colour, but if there's nothing we can do about it, it's not the end of the world. So, okay, I've completely lost the code, so I'm going to just copy from the paste bin. There you go. Peter. Hey, come back, box. It's been a butt. Disable the custom. Oh, okay. Right, this is just a copy and paste of the default CSS anyway that I've saved. But never mind, I'll disable it. It makes sense though. That's kind of how Streamlabs is, isn't it? There we go. But you can see, can't you guys? You can see the text. The names are a little bit, I mean, what do you think? Do you think that size is perfect, or would you think it'd be better if it was slightly larger? I'm ruining it. But it's not, it doesn't get in the way too much. I mean, the text disappears eventually. And that's what I like, it's minimal. You can see a little Vivi there, just slightly. The custom CSS is the basic chat box we know frills. It's unfortunately not the CSS code for the box version, yeah. We'd probably be able to do it, but it would just take redoing all of the CSS and yeah, it's going to take forever. Like, and no, it's not that important that we need to fuss around it that much. Okay, so let's get back again what we was doing. Perfect, just like you, Rexy. Rexy is very close to perfect. Okay, let's clear these doodads because they look a mess. So, guys, what do you think about flower forests? Do you think one type of flower for in a bunch or lots of separate ones? Maybe I should look at reference pictures. But this is what we can do. We can either have completely one flower type on the whole of this section and then another flower type on the section below, maybe, or we can have lots of different flowers, but that would be hard work, I'd say. Like, we could do something like this. Let's go back. How do we go back? I put lots of flowers in between each other, which actually looks quite pretty. It's a mess at the moment, but when I do it properly, it will look pretty. It's figuring out what will be better. Should we just literally fill all the green with flowers, or just a little bit of flowers? Choices. All the flowers. Doesn't dodge in time and gets tattle hugged. Bless you. Bless you guys. Okay, I'm look at some pictures of flower forest because it's really difficult to have in mind what I want to do without that reference. So just clear those a sec. You don't really see flower forests much, do you? So it's just normal green forests. This is a unique forest. Huzzah. We have fun here. We do. We do need roses in the game though. Would be weird without at least one rose considering who's making the game. I know, right? And what a coincidence. There's a character called Rose as well. Maybe she'll be making an appearance soon. Which would be completely convenient if there's roses around the area that she's in. I've completely spoiled the game, guys. I'm spoiling it. You weren't meant to know that she might appear yet. It might be a red herring. Who knows? We definitely need roses. I've put in Flower Forest RPG in Google. And there's literally nothing. Do you guys know any RPGs that have a forest dungeon with flowers in them? I just want some inspiration. Oh no, there's none. I mean, we could go completely like this. How crazy would that be? Or we could just do something more subtle and have just a few flowers around. But definitely with the name Everbloom Forest, there has to be a few flowers. Or we could go for something a bit like that. Are we going to go crazy with flowers? Moderately crazy? Average or not crazy at all? Never thought about flowers in Forest Dungeon, to be honest. Tons of flowers, we need it. Okay, well, we're going to have a play around and, well, I'm going to have a play around and you guys can say, you can give me a little bit of guidance or say, yeah, that's cool, or no, too many flowers. If I'm putting too many there. But keep forgetting where, yeah, it's alphabetical, duh. Okay, so I don't think do we have any roses at the moment? If we don't, I'm gonna have to find some and add them. But the flowers that are on this particular screen will be different to the ones on later screens. I'll probably change the flowers with every screen we get, maybe. So I think the yellow flowers for this section could be good. I'm nervous about putting these flowers down, you know, because it's a big deal to me. This forest does, I want it to look pretty. So are we gonna shall I fill up every single green gap, guys, or shall we? What we could do is like put them like this and then have another flower in between them, or we could, I don't know what we could do. I'm not a flower expert, guys. I'm not a gardener. I don't know how to plant flowers. Hey, we're not meant to, how dare you? How dare you put the flower above the tree? Can we get layers done in this? Okay, how do we handle layers in this plugin? Q&A. Okay. I just made them transparent. It's not put them below the tree or anything. Surely there's a way to do this. Weird. So what's this interface? You might have explained it, but I missed it. Yeah, I did earlier. It's basically a plugin that allows you to Well, you know how you're restricted to a grid system in the actual RPG Maker editor? Well, this plugin allows you to do a test play. This is a test play. And add anything you want in anywhere you want. It's not restricted to the grid. So it's really good for things like flowers and any kind of object that you don't want restricted to the grid, basically. And unfortunately, this won't show up in the editor once it's done, but it will always be there on a test play and in the actual game, just like the map is, because you don't see the map in the game either, do you? Oh wow, it allows you to bypass the... Yep. Yep. Kind of off topic, but I saw a thumbnail for a YouTube video earlier today. The video was about top 10 JRPGs or something like that. In this thumbnail, you have a character, Kai, main character from Lost Odyssey. Awesome. I agree. It's in the top 10 JRPGs. It's in the bloody top 1 RPGs. And no worries about it being off topic, me and Shadow. Like, in this stream, we talk about everything. While we're playing the game, while we're making the game, I mean, so no worries at all. And even better if it's about RPGs, because it's nice to talk about RPGs while making RPGs. Yeah, make them a little sparse and then fill spaces with other flowers. Maybe layer instead of layer 5, maybe layer 3 or something. When I saw that thumbnail, I immediately thought, really need to get Rexy to play that game. We will. It will be a future game. It's sad though, because there's no way to emulate it. Apparently Frostbite's tested it and it didn't work. It failed. It needs to be put on Steam. Falling asleep, going to bed night. Demi, you have a good sleep. Did you vote for your favourite monsters poll? But have a good sleep. Thanks for hanging out and saying hello. I hope you rest well, and we'll talk soon. Would be awesome if they did a remaster of Lost Odyssey. Yeah, but to be honest, I thought it was a very beautiful game. And I totally have no problem with just the original. But yeah, I'd be totally fine just playing the original again, but a remaster would be great too. Anything that helps that game or gets it more hype, I'm all for. But yeah, we've got a bit of a problem here at the moment. I don't know if you guys can see or whether it's too small on your end, but we have a flower sitting on the tree, and that has gone against what we want to do here, because it's great because we can put the flowers anywhere we want, but we don't want them going over the trees. The tree's meant to be above the flowers. So this is an issue with layers, and it does say layer 5 like Rex said. And we need to, it's a bit confusing for me though, because even when I'm messing with the layers, all it seems to do is make the flowers transparent. It doesn't put them under the tray, if you know what I mean. So that's pretty confusing. There must be a way to do this, because it would be a bit flawed if not. What's this? Same as character. Oops, we've lost them. I might have to Google this problem in a sec. I did. You voted for A, B, C and J. Awesome. I'm excited to put those enemies in the game. We've got a little slime here at the moment. He's just our little test thing. We tested the battle system with him last stream. We might do a bit more of the battle system today as well, but I kind of want to figure out this flower problem. It's ridiculous that flowers have been the biggest issue. Did you make all the graphics yourself, like the art? No, it's all community made from the RPG Maker community. There's a lot of assets on there, although I will likely be making edits to things. None of it's my original. it would take me 20 years to make the game otherwise. And this is something that there's no like date on it or anything, but I would like to say that this time next year there's a game, you know, like a reasonable amount of progress. So yes, it's more of a quick pace thing, just so we can write a story together and stuff. I like that the bridge looks like it's going straight up. Yep, that's we need a shadow for that. We're still doing all that stuff, but we're trying to do the flowers at the moment. That's the priority. Okay, so I'm gonna have to Google. Give me a sec, guys. If Doodads doesn't let you do that with layers, then I'm not sure what we can do, because that's like really important. We might have to go back to using tiles otherwise, and bunching flowers together in Photoshop if not, which will be harder work, but because I suppose we could avoid the trees, but it would look a bit weird if there's no flowers under the trees. That would look strange. Nope, I'm not. This is literally about an RPG Maker MV. There's very little work with code that I have to do. It's a great piece of software for anybody that isn't really a coder and wants to make a casual RPG Maker game, which is what this is. It's just a fun project. It's not like a serious heavy project. It's just a fun project for the community to get involved in and write together. I like put a lot of emphasis on this is just for fun. Like I try to put emphasis on that so people understand. Okay, right. The only other option other than tile sets, if we don't use doodads, is parallax mapping, but I don't want to do that because it takes up too much memory. So we're going to try and stick to the tiles, but just be as creative with them as possible. RM uses JS, yep. What knows is RPG Maker stuff. I'm not sure what coding language RPG Maker is. It says it's used. Yeah, I think Ruby was another. Was that RPG Maker VX or another RPG Maker? But it changed for MV, I believe. I'm not an expert though. I'm definitely not the one that knows all the stuff. All right, thought so. Yay! I was right. Okay. I was really gonna use doodads, guys, but I'm not sure we can use it now. because of that problem, and I'm not sure if there's a way around it, putting under the layers. Let's get Photoshop up. I'm just having a little mess around for a bit. I do want to do some battle system stuff as well today, though. I want to download some plugins and we can decide together what makes the battle system more awesome. But it would be a big weight off my mind to get these flowers sorted too. Useless nowadays. Oh, they want Ruby back. Okay. Why isn't Photoshop coming up on the stream? I forgot what it says we'd make the flowers on now. Was it E? For some reason Photoshop's not coming up for you guys, even though it's up for me and it says it's up. Maybe the window capture broke. There we go. I think it broke. Okay, so there we go. That's our grid. So I'm going to get rid of these flowers because we're not having those ones, but we're going to put our flowers here. I was going to use doodads, but if you've been watching the stream, you'll see that there was a few issues that I'm not sure about. So we're going back to tiles. So I'm just going to bunch some, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bunch some flowers up in here. And hopefully that will help make it look natural. We need to open our other, the one that our flowers are on, which I think is B, outside B, I think. I forgot the names of all these. Let's just look in RPG Maker. Photoshop can help. Do you think that's an okay solution, Rex? What did you think of doodads? Okay, so it's outside B, where our flowers are on. You think it would be better if they allowed you to bypass the grid on the editor rather than in the game? Yeah, I do too. That would be a really handy feature. I mean, it looked promising. I think if it did its job, and I could actually put flowers in a tree, I would have stuck to it. But never mind. We'll see how this way works. It might be a little bit fiddly and weird, but maybe we can do it. But there's definitely things that need editing. I mean, there's parts of the screen that aren't perfect yet, and like we said, the bridge isn't done yet. What I would really like to do these flowers, but I don't know if I can pull it off, is have it so yeah, it's hard to explain. I can't put it into words. But it's, yeah, I can't put it into words. But hopefully what I'm doing might. But I'm not sure. I don't even know where to begin. I might just settle for... I would really like to... how do I put this into words? Basically, not just have all the flowers bunched up on one tile. I want it so that... Like, you know how we make the cliffs? Like, similar to that. If you remove that program to finish in the game, and does it remove everything? You can't have people use it during their playthroughs. If the program gets removed, then the flowers would get removed and everything that was used with that. So yeah, that it wouldn't be good to remove it. I really wish I could express what I'm trying to do here with these flowers. I really don't. Honestly, I'm stuck. I don't know where to start with them. I'm not an expert at making this sort of thing. I just want them, when the tiles are put together, they all like fit together perfectly, if you know what I mean. Because at the moment, the way that is, it's not gonna look perfect. I don't want them to. I don't want them to be gappy either. Like, I can imagine now if, say, that we save that and we start and we put that in RPG Maker, it's just gonna look like a bunch of square flowers, and there's gonna be gaps, and you know what I mean. I'm just trying to make it look all blended and like it fits as a pattern, if that makes sense. We could, I mean, we can do that, and then there's no gaps if we do something like this, but then the problem is we've got flowers chopped off, and that will look weird as well. And I know that surely there's a way to do this, but I can't think. Yeah, I don't know if this is possible with tiles, what I'm trying to do. The best we might get is just a bunch of flowers, like just like this. But we'd have to make a few, because if they all look the same, that would look weird. I'm just going to save this just to prove my point. It's going to look weird. But I'm curious at how exactly it will look. It's hard to explain, but you have to spill over. You could use the grid above and below to the sides. Yeah. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out what you mean, Rex. Hang on, let me read what you're saying again. That means anyone who plays the game can use the editor. Oh God, that's a good point actually. So if they press F10 in game, they can like do things. That'd be weird, but it makes sense. And that wouldn't be good at all if people could do that. It's hard to explain, but you have to spill over. You can use the grid above and below to the sides. Look at the cannons, for example. It uses 2 grid spaces. Yeah, and I'm sure there's a way to do it, because it's the way that the cliffs have got made and stuff. But my brain is too mushy to figure out how to do it. Damn it, stupid flowers. Yeah. Let's just save and reload the thing again. When you deploy it, the Doodads editor won't be usable. Lots of plugins function like that. Checks if the game launch through test. Oh, okay. So that's good at least. What that doesn't happen. It would be a disaster if so. See the answer, but yeah, Rex, I had that problem too. I had a problem just expressing what I wanted to achieve with the flowers, but I think you get it 100% what I'm trying to do. But I just don't know how to do it. I know that I could, like, say if like I spent some time thinking and planning, I could probably do it. But right now I can't figure it out. And this is why I had to break from the flowers on Wednesday's stream and focused on the enemies and other stuff, because I thought I'm not doing flowers again. But here we are. I knew that we'd have to face them again eventually. Okay, I'm kind of just shutting down RPG Maker and reloading the whole thing. Because at the moment I don't think the flowers are coming. We've still got the old ones. What was that noise? Go away. Okay, RPG Maker's crash. Give me a sec. Let's launch it again. Oh, okay, I know why it's not working. It's because we have the test play open still. Silly Billy. I really need to make another command on my bot, by the way. One sec. It's starting to get annoying to have to keep repeating myself all the time. So this is where a command's come in very handy. Okay, one sec guys, I'm just making a command for my bot. Okay, here we go. No, it has a word. Is it? The command hasn't been ticked. Where are you? There. Okay. Exclamation mark. That's it. When someone new comes in, every time, I've already had it twice today, that is the command, and anyone can use it, by the way. you guys in chat can use the commands as well. Oh my god, hi Silent and Lost. How goes the progress? I missed a bunch of days. Well, Silent and Lost, I saw that you voted on the poll. Let's just remind you all again what this poll is. It's open for the rest of the day. We're voting on enemies that we're going to have in the Everbloom Forest. And whichever ones get the most votes, we're going to go for. I'm not 100% sure how many enemies we're going to have yet in the forest. But I'll judge when the votes are done. So, very interesting. Some of them are very well liked, I see. But yep, we're gonna see in just under 2 hours what's won. You bring me tears of joy. Rex brings me tears of joy too. Trying to keep up with the polls at least. Yay! Yay for polls. Let's just see what Rex said, because I missed a few of the things that Rex said when I was doing that bot command. Sorry Rex for missing, and thanks for helping. You know how you did the corners, you just need to treat the flowers like a multi-block thing. Like if you only use the bottom half of the cannon, it would look stupid, right? So use the top part as well, which is in another grid space, and it completes the cannon, but it would be hard to make it look right with flowers. Yeah, it's in my head. I can see that it could work, but it's going to be really hard. We'll see. But have we got the ones that, yeah, this is going to look lame. Let's get it back up. Yeah, this is exactly the problem. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create flower bunches, because the problem with these flowers here is that they look very unnatural when placed on the ground. And we downloaded a plugin called Doodads that did allow us to place things not on, they weren't restricted to the grid, but there was flaws with it. There was a lot of flaws with it. So we're going back to tile sets, but as you can see, that looks terrible because we've got like straight edges and stuff. So what we want to do is create flowers that we can put down that haven't got straight edges. Oh no. The thing is, the flowers do go over the tree, but the good thing is with this, we just can go over again like that, and it's all good. We just need to figure out this problem with the flowers. This is a subjective thing for sure, but this for my project I will be getting pretty excited and hyped up very soon, since the project looks like it's getting to a point where it's more of a real thing than just an idea. I know, right? I mean, look, we've got more than just like full now. We have all this forest, and we're going to fill it with enemies next week as well, Silent. Once we know what enemies have won the poll, it means we get to put them in the forest and encounter them in battles. We're probably going to have some silhouette sprites walking around, and then when the player runs into them, they will be transferred into the battle screen, and then after that the silhouette will disappear when they've beat the enemy, but they will probably respawn because people might want to grind. So respawning's always cool. We have a little slime that's our tester at the moment. We tested him the other day to see if the battle system worked. Bless the slime. We were talking about bosses as well, weren't we? We said it would be funny if we make the first boss really like weak or something. Someone's had the idea of let's make it a flower, but that's Undertale's idea. Use the grid space to the right of the flower now and put it to the right of the flowers on the map. Do you know your way around this RPG Maker tools past experience? Yeah, Rex has used RPG Maker as well. He has it. He made a little game in it, didn't you? But I don't think you did much. Or did you? Most I've done was spend a week when I was 16 playing with Pokemon Essentials package on RPG Maker. But yeah, you spent a week in it. What made you stop doing it, Silent? That sounds awesome. This cliffy forest is really cool. I imagine that Lightfall is on top of a large forested hill mountain. Yeah, and you know what I also did? I'm going to get paint up so you can see. I have I've been print screening all the screens and then I've put them together as one thing because I wanted to see how it would look, and like fall included with it as well. Where is it? So let's get paint up. That's Discord, not paint. There we go. So yeah, this is what I'm doing when as I build each screen, I piece it together to make sure it all looks cool. And when it's all done, it'll be like, wow, look at all that forest. It'll be badass. We do still need to add the shadow thing to the bridge as well, Silent. That hasn't been done yet, but all those things like the extra details will be done when as the last extra thing. So the flowers is the big dilemma at the moment. What else? Yeah, we've got the map. We did a little map. Lakefall's here, and we've done 1 and 2, and 3 is where we're gonna have the main quest, the destination for it, and then a little cutscene's gonna happen, and some stuff's gonna happen. That's where the story, all the chapter 1 part 1 story that we built together is going to happen there, and then we'll start chapter 1 part 2, so that will be fun. Really hope we can get chapter 1 part 2 done. If not this week for that poll, then the week after, well, next week should I say. And then after that, then we got 3 more screens, and then we get a shortcut back to screen 1, and we can easily get back to Lakefall that way. Bless shortcuts, what would we do without them? So yeah, it's all been planned out. But I like that it's a cliffy forest as well. It's different to a flatland forest. It's cool. And anyway, let me see what you're saying. I'm behind. I'm rambling again and I'm behind with chat. Canadian shield something, yeah. I want to Google pictures of that, Silent. So one, select the grid with flowers. Put the flowers somewhere on the map. Okay, let's follow Rex's instructions. One sec. I'm very sorry, Rex. You've been really helpful with this, and I'm just rambling on like a big wally, so I hope you can forgive me. But yeah, as you can see, our flowers are lame, so we need to fix those. I'll probably stop since I was just it was something messing around with, not something I was dedicated to at the time. You have no good excuse. You'll go back to it one day, Silent. Though I would be lying to myself if I didn't say that participating in your RPG screens has built a spark of desire within me to work as some kind of RPG myself. Do it! Oh my gosh, do it. This is, in a way, this is why I'm doing it. I want to inspire others. We can all be RPG maker streamers together. No, honestly, I'd love that. I'd absolutely love that if that happened. And anyway, I'm going to, Rex, what's Rex saying? Select the grid to the right of the flowers, place that in the space to the right of the flowers on the map, and give that a try and tell me if that side of the flower looks boxy. Okay, so let's start again. I want to make sure I've got this. So yeah, I've put them somewhere on the map. The grid to the right, that one. Yeah, there's hardly any leaves on that one. It doesn't look boxy anymore, Rex. So really what we do have to do is make sure that we need a centre and we need a top, left, right and bottom, don't we, for the flowers. But even if we still do that, we're not going to get the flower field we want. We're still going to just have random flower bunches placed all over the screen. I really liked what Doodads did, because Doodads allowed us to just put flowers in every single patch of grass, and it was beautiful. And I would it's going to be hard to achieve that with tiles though, isn't it? I bet. Regular laughter starts to morph into nervous laughter, morphs into maniacal laughter. Don't worry about your inspiration quotes, Rose. I'm just choosing to direct the RPG making to creative design to music making creative design, since that is my current ongoing project. Fair enough. Making music is awesome. Like, that is something I wish I had the skills for myself. So yeah, that sounds awesome, Silent. You'll have to share that music with us when you're ready to. I'd love to hear. Okay, so, right, flowers. Why are you a pain in the butt? I just want to make a beautiful flower field. That's all I want to do. We're going to end up doing parallax mapping at this rate. And then the difficulty of the project will take a new turn if that happens. Well, you might have to finagle with it a bit, but you could create a little pattern like the grass and then just finish it with edges, and you've covered all the spaces you want. Same as the cliffs or the waterfall. Yeah, it's gonna take some experimentation, isn't it, this? Interesting. It means mess around with it. Okay. So what I'm gonna do with this flower business is I'm gonna put it to the side for now. I'm gonna have an experiment with this off stream, I think. Oops. Hey, you're not meant to disappear, you big silly. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I will be experimenting with the flowers off stream. I would by Monday, because we got the weekend now. There's 2 days until next stream. I'm hoping that by then I'd have figured that out and hopefully even got them exactly how I want them to look. We still have a screen 3 to do. Mainly filling it with trees and flowers and stuff as well. We also need to put a cabin here. And other than that, I've made a big list of what we need to do. Yeah, we got to put some cliff decorations as well. And then other things are plugins for the battle system. The mini map as well for Everbloom Forest, the title, and yes. So let's just do a test of our battle system again. Just remind ourselves what it looked like. We had a little sneaky peek. I've realised I've had the music turned off completely for you guys for probably the last 30 minutes. Oops. I'll bring that back. All in all, these maps are looking great though. Thank you. They'll look even better once they're finalised. But the main thing was to get the shape and the whole layout done. And I've only done that for verse 3 out of 6. But considering that's where our quest is going to be on map 3, there's no need to do map 4 and 5 and 6 until that bit's done. Is it worthwhile to map out all the lands and cliffs of the 6 maps before moving on the assembly line to doing all the trees? Oh, Silent just brought up what I just said. This will be my first time seeing the battle system. Popcorn. Yeah. Well, I did do maps 1 and 2 before doing the trees. So it's like I'm kind of doing it in sections at the moment, because right now I'm not sure how I want maps 4, 5 and 6 to look like. Because our big event and cutscene stuff's going to be happening on map 3. And we'll be finishing chapter 1 part 1 on that map. And I'm so excited to start chapter 1 part 2 with you guys and get that part of the story done. That's why I'm kind of not focusing too much on map 4, 5 and 6 yet, but that will be done as soon as I have some inspiration for where we can take map 4, 5 and 6. I kind of want to make them interesting. I don't want every map to look the same. I want them to have unique features if possible, but it's hard to think of what they could be. You inspired me to try and make some things too on RPG Maker. I have. You've not told me that. I didn't know. Oh my goodness. I wonder if marathon 2 decades of RPG games is a factor in that. Okay, guys, I'm totally ready to show you. I've muted the in-game music, so I mainly mute the in-game music when I'm doing a lot of test plays, because otherwise I'll keep having to mute the YouTube music in the background and it will be a mess. So, but sometimes we will have the game music in the background because I do have a really good soundtrack for it that I like, and I actually listen to it off stream. So sometimes I will keep the music on the game, especially when we're doing long test plays. You don't know, lol. I don't know what. Call me Sal, the reminder people to do the compliments. Reminder, Sal. You'll always be silent to me. Can't change now. Okay, so ready. Okay, so we've only got the one character so far, and we need to sort out the mess of the gauges at the bottom. So I might do that now. So I'm going to take a print screen of that, because what we need to do is change the size of them. But yeah, there's a few visual problems like at the top there right now. And we have a turn order plugin that I've added. But there's a few things we can do to improve it. I'm going to get that website up right now. Right, where are you, website? I put it in my bookmarks. You were talking to Sal, oh right. I see. With this background, all the trees are ginormous, yeah. These are tiny. Oh, I must have not put it in my bookmarks then. So yeah, let's look at some awesome ways we can improve this vanilla battle system. I've kind of changed it a bit already from the original there. The UI is a bit different from the original. Small characters means more room for explosions. Yeah, the enemies are going to be like huge, because if you saw the enemies on the pile, some of them are massive. And then you've got the little dragon bandits that are going to be like the same size as the characters. Okay, so let's get this site up. Is it going to be... Yeah, I'm going to have to get another window capture up for this. Okay, so this is the website that have awesome plugins. Let's go down to battle plugins. Oh my gosh, I'm hiding my face. How dare I? Should we stay like this forever, guys? Sally's just an acronym of silent and lost anyway. So yeah. Okay, so let's see what all these are about. Free action sequence packs. These are all free, by the way. It's pretty neat. The person does have a Patreon now. Let's have a look at their Patreon. So yeah, this person's job is to create plugins for RPG Maker. Pretty cool. I've already got a few of the plugins, but we need to specifically look at the battle ones. This is one that I like and that I really want us to have. I'm just going to hide this fugly. There we go. It looks like they've done a lot of, yeah, it's pretty awesome. This person is like the god of RPG Maker content. I mean, this person, like you saw, they've got a lot of Patreons, so it's probably their job, I'd say, doing this. Released in 2015, he's been making them since then, yeah. Modo name. But yeah, this one is animated enemies, so I'm intrigued how this exactly is gonna work, because from what I'm aware, I don't have to do an animated sheet. The actual plugin does it itself, and all it does is I want to see anyway. Let's just have a little peek, because I'm not actually sure myself. Yeah, so you can animate the static enemies. I was right, I think. I wonder how that would look. Yeah, it just makes them move, so they just don't. So, like for example, an enemy like that isn't just sitting still. That's pretty cool. So I'm going to keep that one tabbed open because that's an interesting one. This was the one that I added. It was the turn battle little icons, which is pretty neat in a turn-based system to have. And although there are different battle systems, the problem is we've got a warning here in big letters. They've been discontinued, some of them. And the only one that hasn't been discontinued is the vanilla turn-based one. So, which makes me think we should probably stick to that one to be on the safe side. He's about to retire, really? Oh my goodness, what's going to happen then? Are they all going to discontinue? Once he reaches 200 plugins, he's going to start making new ones, because as he puts it, 200 plugins is a lot to maintain and update. Whenever RPG Maker gets an update, yes, I can imagine. It's hard work. He's going to keep, that's cool. That's nice, because then people won't panic and think, oh no, our game project's ruined. More devs showing up every now and then. Yeah, there's a lot. I like that it's very active community. Lots of options, that's cool, very neat, and helps with strategy. Yeah, I mean, there's so much, and this is why it's good to stick to the default vanilla, because I think it's better to have the default vanilla but build on top of that with awesome plugins than pick a really unique battle plugin and then it completely break the game in other ways, because it doesn't work with other plugins and stuff. So I feel safer sticking with this person's stuff, because I know that they've been proven in the RPG Maker community and stuff, and it's not going to break the game or anything. And most things are generally compatible with this person's plugins, I believe. Because you've got to be careful, I think, not to get too overwhelmed with too many plugins, because then one day something breaks, then it can affect the whole project. It's pretty cool how there's some visual enemy gauges as well. There's definitely some things that would probably have to be decided on polls. Like visual preferences like that. I think that is a pretty good one as well, so you can see who you're selecting more clearly. Are they always there though? I thought that was just an arrow to show who you was targeting, because the default doesn't have an arrow. There's so much. Extra enemy drop. By default, it only allows you to have 3 items max. That sucks. So that's pretty cool that they allow that. He tried to get a team to help him, but they all eventually left. Oh no. Making some progress. Oh wait, what is this shiny new plugin? I must have it. By the way, you use SRD's plugins. They are amazing. There's even a plugin to make updates remotely. Yes, SRD. I'm actually using one of their plugins for the battle system, I think. Let's get my plugins up so you can see. Yeah, the Battle GUI core, that's what I'm using with the battle system, and I don't think it clashes with that Yanfly. I hope not anyway, because I liked it because it allowed me to change the UI of the battle system. And this is where we can change the look of the gauges as well, because they look a bit messy at the moment. So that's going to take a bit of experimentation to do that. Might do that off stream. We'll see. There's even a plugin to make updates from it. I'll have another look at his site because I haven't really had a thorough look. So that's pretty cool. Usually when someone makes a plugin, they run to make sure it's compatible with Yanfly. Yeah, and that's why you know that when you use a Yanfly plugin, it's always safe to use a Yanfly plugin, I believe. I've kind of thought, yeah, this is the person's plugins I want. And thank you for that follow as well, Valk. I appreciate that. How are you doing today? Improved battle backs. Oh yeah, talking about battle backs. I don't know if you guys remember, but I tried to pick the most foresty looking one possible for the battle system, but I did find a lake asset, and I would probably make the battle back change depending on what the current map most looks like. So if there's like a lake in the background on one map, I'll have the battle back of the battle system have the lake. But if there's no lake and there's just trees and forest, I'll make it of trees and forest. Just so it looks real. There's even area of effect. Cool. You forget how basic the vanilla is sometimes. Some of them I'm not sure what they even mean, so sometimes it's handy to just watch the video to figure out what it's about. Like, what selection control mean? But yeah, I need to look at all these. I like this. This is a cool Victory Aftermath screen, because I don't think you see that, do you, on the vanilla? You don't like see experience gained and all that. Yeah, it's like super boring, the original. All you get is a little box in the bottom saying your party was victorious. It's all text. And the experience you've got and the gold you've got and the items you've found, and yeah, it's a bit standard. So this looks pretty neat. Let's see how it looks. Oh my god, nearly 50 hours silent. Yes, this is perfect. This is like what a proper RPG is. Actually, like, shows the experience being gained. That's pretty exciting. We're gonna have that. Some things I'm gonna just add to the game because they just obviously make it better like that. But there will probably be some features I'll put a poll up for to see what people's preferences are. Some things that will involve visual preferences or even game mechanic preferences. A bit like when I asked random encounters or on map encounters. My gosh, so we've oh my god, there's even item plugins. This is what we got to decide together as well, the items soon and the treasures we're going to find in this forest. We've got, what's this? More currencies? What's this mean exactly? This plugin enables you to have items cost multiple currencies or different currencies using variables or other items themselves. So that just makes the currency more than just the one, which, because we've got raindrops, it could get more complex with this option, which is intriguing. But we'll see. Because I only had in mind for having just raindrops. But I like that there's a plugin that exists for that. It's quite cool. Skill plugins, multi-type skills. Cool. Oh, there's cooldowns. Really MMO, we're getting a real MMO thing from this now. A skill learn system at skill mastery levels. Yeah, there's like every single screen has been improved. Like they've got a better equipment screen, better shop screen, better skills screen. It's awesome. Is mixing plugins something that's possible with other plugin creators specifically, or is it usually avoided due to unseen conflicts? I should have looked at Whitewatt's comments. Someone did suggest an extra currency for dry areas on a poll long ago, so the currency plugin could be useful for that. Yes, like yeah, the deserts have come up with another currency type because they don't get raindrops. So yeah, that I could see that coming in. That's that for sure. I like that exists because it makes it easier to make that possible. And yeah, it's a risk sometimes because not all of them are compatible. I've noticed sometimes I've downloaded a plugin and it doesn't work because it clashes with another. So I've always found it's better to use plugins that have proven themselves, if you know what I mean, like Yanfly or the creator that White mentioned. Because if you're going for a more really unique and unusual plugin, it might be super cool and creative, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work with the other stuff you've got. But it's nice though that people do see if they're compatible. Yanfly, that makes me feel better about using Yanfly's plugins, but I was always pretty confident using their plugins anyway. One sec, guys. Okay, so how's our poll getting on? Let's have a peek. I'm kind of wanting to test one of these enemies, you know, to see what they look like, even though the poll's not over yet. I'm getting too excited. I want to see what they look like. Valk, thank you for joining Discord. Good to have you with us. Yeah, guys, get on voting if you haven't already. Lurkers even. Not calling anyone out. Okay, so we got 3 of them with 10, so they're probably gonna win. B, C, and G. But we might not just have 3 enemies. I mean, we've got 6 maps on this forest. So chances are I might mix it up. The first 2 maps might have 2 different mob types. Second, third and fourth might have another 2 different mob types. And so I might potentially go for 6 of these enemies, not just the 3 with 10 votes. I might pick the runner-up 3 as well. And yeah. Especially like maps 4, 5 and 6 when the cutscene happens and we might have a new party member join us. I'm telling you a secret there, but we might have a new party member join us at that point. And if we do, we might want the mobs to change. So, which ones were B, C and G again? So the plant, the deer and the stump. People love Stumpy. Stumpy got 10 votes. I'm really happy. Little Stumpy. Bless him. Okay, so I'm gonna test the toxic plant, I think. So let's get Photoshop back up. The toxic plant's pretty much, he's got 10 votes, so he's very likely to be in the game now. So we might as well put him in and we'll see how he goes. So, enemies. Okay. Photoshop. It's not appearing again, silly butt. Okay, so this is just a slime. This is just the slime. Right. I forgot where I saved it. I saved them on the desktop in a folder called Monsters with capital letters. Okay, so. Perfect. Right, we're going to save it. It's already transparent, so that's easy enough. We're going to put it in our Raindrop Chronicles folder. And we're going to add it to our game. And that the guy that does the character art for the enemies and monsters also does battle sprites, I believe. And those are the ones we're going to have on the field. So we're going to have a little look at those in a sec and maybe put the plant on the field. So yeah, let's get the plant in the game and maybe make Jesus strong enough to beat him. So we need to start balancing his strength and the enemy's strength and making sure that it's a fair fight. Because at the moment in the battle test, Jesus can't even hit him. He misses all the time because he's weak. We've not even filled his stats in. Okay, so it should be in the game now. Chump, don't ask, guys. Don't ask what that's all about. I was doing some tests and I just thought, yeah, I should have called him Pooter though, to be honest. I think that would have been better. Pooter and Pina. Hi Zaius, how you doing? Or Zaius, is it? You say it's not Gaius. It doesn't rhyme with Gaius. It's not rhyme with Gaius. So it's Zaius. Am I right? How are you doing today? Miss Science and Tech. Is that my new name, is it? Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're being well. It seems like it's been a while, so I hope life's treating you well. It doesn't rhyme. Okay. I always think, is it because I swear that the first time you ever came in this stream and I said, oh my god, your name's like Gaius from the guy from Battlestar Galactica, and you was like, yeah, it rhymes with him as well. But then the next time you came in, you says it doesn't rhyme with Gaius, and then I always got confused now with how it's pronounced, but it's Zaius. My name, I made my Discord character Gaius Julius Zaius though, lol. What an awesome name. That sounds like epic. I bet he's not a pacifist at all, is he? I made a pacifist character in Skyrim. I know, it's laughable, I know. But Careless Rex there, in this chat, he copied me and made a pacifist character as well in Skyrim, and he actually beat the game with it. No joke. It's possible. Didn't kill a single enemy, did you, Rex? The Zaius no is silent. What do you mean? I don't understand. I always pronounce names wrong. Oh my god, when will I ever do it properly? Okay, so should we call this one Pooter instead? Whatever. You can be called Chump. Okay, so what were we doing? Okay, here we are. Enemies. Hey, we don't want to bat in the game. We're not against bats in my game, thank you very much. Bats are cute. How dare you? They've made it very ugly as well. Typical. Bats are always treated like rubbish. When will they ever be made cute in games? That's what I want to know. Okay, so where's our little toxic plant? Where is he? Okay, it's not here. Maybe we have to reload the game. Or the software, should I say. How is it not here? Fine, I'll cross you off. Start again. Try reaching max level as a pacifist in WoW. My goodness, did you do that, White? What? There was no way around that one. But that's really good that you did it until the final boss, Rex. Yeah, it is a success. Hi Valk, welcome. Thanks for the follow earlier and for joining Discord. I hope you're having a good day. And I love bats. As you can see, I've got them as my emotes. They're some of my favourite animals of all time. And I've always wondered why games make them enemies that you have to kill. They're always treated like they're ugly when they're not. So we're going to get rid of this bat and we're going to have our enemy instead. I can't find it. Where is it? I did save it. I must have not saved it in the right place. Let's go back. Let's go back on Photoshop. Save. I've got so many folders, I forget where I need to save things. I'm sitting like Elle from Death Note at the moment. I find that position really comfortable. You know, like when you have your feet on the chair and your knees up in the air. That's how I'm sitting. Did I save it? Appears I didn't. Strange. Is it here? It says it's there, but I can't see it. So let's have a look. I've got to delete all this doodad stuff as well if we're not going to have it. To be honest, it made the game a bit slow to load. Oh, there it is. So it is there. It is in the game. So why isn't it in the database? Or am I just blind? It's definitely not in the database. It obviously hasn't refreshed yet. I didn't do it because it's insanity. It takes months. Oh my goodness. There is a guy who did it and keeps going, and we all wonder how brave the person must be. Reached 120 as a panda and on an island meant for level 10. My God, there's always someone, isn't there? I mean, I started the pacifist on Skyrim, my pacifist run, but I never got far. It was too hard. But it was fun. It was fun to try out just for jokes. And I did go to Bleak Falls Barrow and not kill a single thing there, and I was proud of that. Now, I'm actually very confused here because I'm looking through the enemies list, although you guys can't see the pop-up, but I can. And our toxic plant isn't even here. And I've saved it how I should, a PNG, and it's in the right folder. Being a butt face. It's here though. Here's the proof. Toxic plant. How strange. I just want my plant. I want to test our lovely plant. One experience per gather, and it takes 500k experience alone. Oh my God, that would... even I couldn't do that. And I can be quite the grinder. But nope. I'd have to give that one up. 5 characters. That was the typo. That's an epic level. Well, I'm actually quite confused why the enemy's not appearing in the database right now. And I really wanted to test this thing. Right, I'm gonna have to Google this. Okay, oh, I can't believe I'm having to Google this. Enemy not appearing. is like something you never expect to happen, but it does. You always get something silly happen. Oh, someone's got my problem. Oh my goodness. If you are using side view, you must place it on SV enemies instead. That was my mistake. See, it's a really simple solution. I just put it in the wrong folder the whole time. Because there's two different, in RPG Maker, there's two different battle system versions. There's front view and the side view. And I accidentally saved it in the default folder for front view. But, yeah, that makes perfect sense. At least it was an easy thing to solve, though. What can be a pain is when you scratching your head for hours over something and you can't work it out. That only took a minute. Also, can you try using this CSS in the chat just to see how it looks? Okay, have you been working on that, White? My goodness. Will it stay the same except look solid? I'll just get it up now. We can give that a quick test, White. What? No problem. Have I still got Streamlabs up though? I have. Save. Okay, will it be, what will it be like? Let's see. Pooter. Oh, okay. It's not perfect. It's got a more solid background, which I like, but it seems like there's not a gap between the text. It'll be like the default, all on the same line, except it will have a solid background. I'll make it fancier later tomorrow. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that it's more solid, but yeah. That's cool, White. What? Thank you. But we'll keep the default for now. But if you do sort out that problem, then definitely share it with me again. That'll be awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for your help. Wanting to help. I appreciate that. Need to find out what the heck is happening on that massive area. Yeah, it does. It looks better solid because you can actually see it much clearer. But yeah, once it's all the formatting's all sorted, then I would definitely use that. Okay, so where's our enemy? Here he is. It's not a bat though. Okay, so we've not messed with his stats yet. We'll delete these ones now. Let's do him then. Let's put him in the oh, hang on, I forgot something. We can make them breathe with the animated static plugin as well, I think. So we can test that out as well at some point. Not sure how it looked, but it'll be interesting to try it out. Right, I'm going to go on that website for the character art. I've saved that on my bookmarks. And I'm going to see if he's got any sprites. Because obviously we're not going to have a slime sprite, are we? And there's no like toxic plant sprites on the default. But even if, say, he doesn't have the exact plant sprite that we're after, we're going to make it a silhouette anyway. So Just makes it easier work for me to make the sprites a silhouette, because then I don't, say if we have an enemy that there isn't a sprite for in the future, I don't have to like spend forever doing sprites. So yeah, it's not going to be like Chrono Trigger where you actually see the sprite on the map. It's going to be, yeah, we're going to have a silhouette, I think. And I think some games have done that. I mean, I know Persona did it, and there's another RPG Maker game I played that did it as well. One of my faves. So here we are. Idle map sprites. So do they not move? Yeah, I think these are the... When it says idle though, it throws me a little bit because it makes me think, do they not move? But these are definitely the map sprite ones. These are for the actual battle system, I think. We'll just see. We'll download and see what it looks like. Not supported. Okay. Surely that's not right. What's Box? I don't want to have an account on Box. Let's go back to the website. Can we download it another way? I don't think we can we? That's the only way. If I've got to log in, I'm going to have to hide the screen now so you guys can't see my password and stuff. Okay. It says the download in progress. Oh, it's in progress. I was just being impatient. Also, I'm gonna, because stream, we're coming toward the end of stream now, I'm gonna put poll again in chat so you guys can vote if you haven't already. I like that we've had it open for the 2 days though. Still, just gives people more chance to vote or do submissions if they haven't. So I think we might next week and stuff, I might test it that way. If we have polls, I'll keep them open an extra day. We'll see how it goes, see how it compares. Alright, so let's open this zip then. Pooters are the best. It's a word that Rex made up, pooters, and I love it. I wanted it a way to preview all these. They probably won't have a toxic plant sprite, to be honest. And that's the thing, we're going to have a lot of enemies in this game, and it's going to be hard to get a sprite for all of them, which is why having the more silhouetted version is just a lot easier work, because it doesn't even have to be the same monster then. It could be just has to resemble the shape, I suppose. I mean, in Persona, I think that the silhouette didn't even match the shape of the enemy, from what I remember. It was just a standard silhouette that they used for every single. I'm going to Google. it's true, when something's a silhouette, it can look like a lot of things. Let's just have a look at what enemies we actually have currently. Oh, another thing I've just remembered, we need to put animals in the forest at some point, even if it just... We need to put some animals walking around at least. You forget about things like that, but they make a bit of a difference. Just of like the odd animal, if you know what I mean. Even if it's just, I don't know, a bird flying. What sort of forest doesn't have animals? Right, so there doesn't seem to be many monster sprites in RPG Maker, to be honest, so I'm gonna RPG Maker enemy sprites. See what's out there. There's a big one here, and it says 94 front view map sprites, so that could be cool. Thing is, if it's just front view, I want it to move. No harm in seeing what's there though. It's going to be hard to get a silhouette sprite for every single enemy. So yeah, we might have to be a bit more abstract about the silhouettes. We'll see. I'll see. I mean, it's not impossible to make a silhouette from the actual battle graphic, but then the problem is it can't move around. It's just still. Yeah, I'm going to look at those off stream, I think, because there's a lot of stuff to download and files to look through. But hopefully I'll have solved that problem and I'll have an idea for what I can do for the silhouette sprites by next time. Okay, I'm going to just do another test play because I want to see how this plant looks in the game. Is the audio working for you guys? I hope you can hear the music okay. Because it's saying it's not working on OBS. You don't hear any? I turned it off briefly then because I'm doing a test play and I had to mute for a sec. I've put it on now and it's been weird because I can hear music and it should be on OBS, but yeah. I've got the YouTube video open right now and it's playing Final Fantasy VIII music in the background. Okay. So you can probably hear it now. I think what I must have done was when I was changing the volume mixer, I must have like made it really quiet and it must have stayed like that. Yep, Vivi. Alright, so let's get it back up. Where's Victorious now? Okay, I know what I did wrong. I was silly. I missed something very obvious. Forgot to put it there. What is it called back to still? We'll just have one now. Otherwise Jesus will get completely wrecked if we have more than one. What would you guys call your custom hero? I'm intrigued. I bet Rex would call his Dougal. Like, there's not even any... Let me just... Oh, it's really good. It's a pain in the butt to keep, like, switching... When I'm doing test plays, having to keep muting the game audio and muting the YouTube video and stuff. It's getting me all flummoxed. Flustered, should I say. Oh, hello. Hello there, Toxic Plant. We're going to make that maybe breathe a bit because there's a plugin called Animated Enemies, I think. And it lets the enemy kind of, a static enemy, move a little bit. So it will give it some sort of life, which I think will be good. So there's that to do. We've got to sort out those messy gauges. He's not going to be able to beat him. I would really like an arrow to appear above the plant's head because when there's more than one in battle, we want to know who we're selecting. Also, that text needs moving down a touch, I think. And I really want the weapons to be in their hands as well. So I'm going to see if there's a plugin for that too. But yeah, as you can see, Jesus is super weak and he's getting wrecked. He can't even hit the plant. He's going to die. Rip. So we're going to have to sort him out and make him strong. Bless him. Yeah, we could just practice that now. In an early dungeon of an RPG game, how many hits should it take to kill a basic monster that you bump into? What do you guys reckon? Floopy Flaluke. Thanks, Silent. Rex always makes us laugh. What is the question? Hi, Benchers. How you doing? My question is, what would your... Because in this game, we have a custom hero. You can make them... pick their gender, their look, and their name as well. What would you call them? Mine's called Jesus. Yeah, mine's Jesus. I can't call it Rose because there's already a Rose in the game. Rose is one of the playable heroes that we'll be meeting in the game, so we can't have two Roses. He's like as tall as the flowers. Yeah, he's a little sprite. The devil is a liar. The character is so tiny. Yup. And yeah, he's not even, he's a different graphic to the sprite as well. He's a bigger one, funnily enough. You know why he looks so tiny though? It's because I've made it full screen now. I might curiously look on it to see what the sprite looks like doubled in size, but it might look bad. We won't know until we try. When you get first there, maybe if one is extra beefy, 3 hits when you get to the area. Let me type that in again. 2 when you first get there, and if one is extra beefy, 3 hits. Yeah, I think 2 sounds good because sometimes there's going to be a mob and there'll be 2 enemies on there and not just 1, and because we've only got 1 party member at the moment, it's going to be very frustrating if it's too hard and he'll lose too much HP and stuff. That could be frustrating, especially if we've not got the heals. So we need to make sure it's easy enough at the start. We've got to get that balance right. Otherwise people will rage quit. Let's get rid of these guys. Yeah, actually, I think I was worried I deleted something I shouldn't then. Okay, so we have 2 classes, guys. We have a warrior and a hunter that you were allowed to pick one of those 2 for the custom heroes. There will be more classes. There is going to be way more classes. On the character form, there's about 20 classes for options that I've got. But so far, Rose is a vampire, and our other playable characters, we've got a sorcerer, a knight, a herbalist, a diplomat, and yeah, a vampire, and obviously a warrior or a hunter. And there will probably be more playable characters eventually over the course of the game if more people want to be a character. So this is the decision thing. This is what we've got to get right. So at the moment, we've got a 16 attack. And what's the hunter got? A 16 attack as well. So we're missing when we hit the plant. So why is that? Is it because his defense is too high then, I assume? So if we put the defense to 10, I wonder what that will be like then. His 200 HP is a lot for this stage of the game. I always like, I don't know what you guys think, but at the start I like to see small numbers, like weak hits, because then as you progress you see how much stronger you get, and it's pretty badass. So So I like the characters to like hit with something really weak, like 15 or 12 attack. And then by the end of the game, they're hitting with 9999 or, you know, huge amounts. Siggity! Oh my goodness. Siggity's a character in this game, guys. He's got a character sheet. How are you doing, Sig? You having a good day? I hope it's going good. I'm glad it's the weekend. I don't stream on the weekend, and I need the rest. I think I feel so tired today. I was going to actually end stream earlier, but I've been having fun, so I decided not to. Although I might end a little bit earlier than usual, but I'm still doing stuff, so we're good. So let's say this toxic plant would take 2 hits to kill. I'm going to give him 20 HP. It's ridiculous that he's got 200. But we don't know how much the hero's going to hit with yet. So this is where we have to experiment really and see. And we just change stats as we go to what fits. So let's start again. I'm just going to mute the music. Weekend hype, you doing anything exciting? Oh, finally, the music's muted now. But yeah, what you see in the battle system, although like that's going to be how it looks, it's not perfect yet, guys. It's very rough around the edges, and visually as well. Like the bars at the bottom are not how I want them to look and stuff. So should we make him big, guys? Do you like him little? I want to know what chat thinks now. You know, when you say he's very small, is that a negative? Is that a criticism? Does that mean you would like to see him bigger? Because I don't mind making him double the size. It's going to be a bit of a pain in the ass though, I think, because there's so many assets for the custom hero, but it won't be that bad. If it works out and looks good. If it looks crap and pixelated mess, then we won't. But I don't see why it'd look bad. I think we have to consider that we've made this a full screen thing now. The game itself is very much like Undertale, the default RPG maker. It's like a square, so it makes sense why the graphics are small. But yeah, because it's full screen, it stands out even more that it's a tiny. The most exciting thing there is lying in my bed watching TV. Oh, what you been watching? Looks nice. The character is definitely very tiny though. Well, it looks awkward considering it looks unnaturally small compared to the background. The better solution would be to get a different background. Yeah, he's as big as a flower. Yeah. Thing is, that makes it even more tricky than resizing it, because finding different backgrounds is not an easy task. I don't think there's many resources for different backgrounds. Well, not in the RPG Maker community anyway. I'd have to look elsewhere for the assets. But then it's like, we want it to look good. We want it to like work. And we want all the backgrounds to be consistent as well. That's important. So it looks like it's from the same game. We don't want it to end up being a mishmash of assets that don't belong together. So I want to try my best to keep it consistent. That's why we're sticking with the same artist for the enemy sprites. And I'm very glad that we found that artist, because there's absolutely loads of enemies that they've done. And they have a little Patreon as well. I'm gonna just test something a sec. So he looks good. Like, we do know he looks good. Like, he's not pixelated, but it's like we say it looks a bit weird. So if he was ×2 bigger, would that be better? But I don't know how hard that's going to be. Like, would RPG Maker even allow us to that? I don't see why not. But let's open the battle graphics now and see. Because, I've never even considered doing this, but... I really want to know how it looks, though. I'm not going to lie. SV actors, here we are. Also, crappity crap. I'm on display capture like an absolute idiot. And it's a good job you can't see anything. I was really worried that it was going to reveal all my personal stuff, like my name and that. But there's nothing there. But it's always a risk. Okay, so... There's a lot here. There's a lot of custom hero graphics. So I'm going to find the one for Jesus, wherever he is. Holy crap. There's not that many really, like, but there is. There's not many, but there is. Okay, this one, I think this is the one we're using for Jesus. Let's open Photoshop. Okay. This is an experimentation. He looks like he should be bigger when I see the grass comparison. Hi, Valk. Yeah, I think, yeah, it's right. When Rex says the flower's bigger than him, it's very true. And it's the sprite works on the actual tile set map. But it's very different, isn't it, when we're on the battle screen? It's true. It's either do it this way, make him bigger, or make the background different. We've got two options here. But out of pure curiosity, I want to see if this even works and how it looks. But it looks absolutely dreadful. It's pixelated already. So, but one thing we can do is use graphic scale, because that's a really good software for pixel art, and it doesn't make them look bad when they're resized. I probably had it under the wrong resize thing with Photoshop, but I still think graphic scale does a better job. Yeah, nearest neighbour. I still, even if, when it comes to resizing things, making them larger, I don't think it works well in Photoshop. Even if with the nearest neighbour thingamajig. So I'm going to just try graphic scale. Now I've got to find Jesus again. What's he called? He's got a very long name. Custom Hero Male Battler to Brown Long. My goodness, I'm not going to find... I need the extra large icons. Okay, I think this is the one. Let's get graphics scale up then so you can actually see. Wouldn't you have to do this with all the different variations of the possible main characters? Yeah, I would have. If this worked, I'd have to resize all the custom hero asset graphics. But honestly, that's easier than having to deal with the possible fact that we might have to use different battle backgrounds. It would take probably an hour for me to do. Just resize a bunch of them by 2, maybe, approximately. So really in the long run, that's not too bad. The thought of having to think of other battle backgrounds to use is a bit daunting because there's not much assets available for that as it is. So I don't even know where I'd start finding another forest background that makes a small hero look good against it. How are you this afternoon? Hi here, Serial, how are you doing? You could front view and have just one fancy portrait image for each character. Yeah. I don't know, I was attached to side view. It was more fancy and it just makes it more interesting. Yeah, I don't know if there is many racks. But I could look, and who knows, maybe there's one just like that guy that does the monster art, except for background art, but I'm not sure there is. I've not seen any myself. Anyway, what am I doing? Anyway, now I need a calculator. Because I can't do maths. I believe Mark Hunter's a plugin that makes the portraits change depending on health. Okay, I have seen Mark Hunter's stuff. I've been reluctant to download any of the plugins because I've been unsure whether it would clash or be incompatible with the other ones I use, and that makes me a bit nervous. Oh no, I wish I knew how to resize things in graphic scale easier than I do. I suppose if there aren't many out there, I can understand that, but still, if you can, changing one image is easier than editing. Oh no, I wouldn't do it 50. I wouldn't do it like that. That would be awful. Oh my god, I want to. Oh my goodness, just even thinking about that makes me want to scream. I wouldn't do it like that, Rex. No, I'm doing. Yeah, I think you get it anyway. The only problem is I don't know my maths, so I'm stuck. But once I get into the groove and know what the numbers are, then it's a lot easier for the other ones. And what's the other one? Free. So I think that is right. So it shouldn't look pixelated. Like this is why graphic scale is better for Pixar and Photoshop. It's not pixelated at all. Compared to in Photoshop, even if I had it on the right setting, it might look okay, but it wouldn't look as sharp as this software. Now my only issue is now, well, how difficult is RPG Maker MV going to be when it comes to making all this work? Like I'm a bit nervous because I don't know if it's going to work, but this is why we test things. That's what I thought you meant. Can you try swapping the CSS with this one? I swear it's the last time I'll bother you about the CSS. Okay, I'll have a little look and see how that looks. Right, one sec. Like a Wally, I put your pastebin URL into the CSS. Okay. Okay, so Buta. There we go. That's cool, Whitewater. I really like that. Thank you. Should we have that, guys, as our chat box? We're gonna have to make it go a little bit more further. I like it. It's perfect because you can see it more clearly to me now. But it's not, at the same time, it's not too in your face. If the stuff disappears soon, then that's good, like, because it keeps it minimal. Thank you for that, White. That was very kind of you. I appreciate you taking your time to do that. What happens when we have a lot of text? text. Yeah, it works. Does it stay up though? That's the only thing. Like, I did like how the other one disappeared. It looks like the text is staying. Which means, would it eventually go all up to the top? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's not disappearing. Yeah, that's cool. I'll keep it though. But if we can get a disappearing, that would be awesome. No, you can limit it. Can you? Yeah, but you can limit it on the sliders in Streamlabs, but that would only work on the if the CSS is disabled, right, Rex? It has a box size up there. I'm confused. But we'll leave it like that for now. It's fine. But it would be cool if we can get it to disappear somehow. But who knows? But anyway, what was we doing? Yeah, we're gonna save this little dude and just see if we can. So I am gonna be brave and save over the exact same PNG. I feel like I need a backup of that one though, just in case it messes up. So have we got a backup of it in Photoshop? I think this is our, yeah, this is it. This is the, that's him 100%, yeah. So he's there. So in case it screws up, we still have it. Cool. Right. Now how's this gonna look? I'm scared. I hope it works. I'm not sure how RPG Maker will react to the size changes of the canvas. So I'll shut down the program and we'll load it up again, and then it should definitely have updated, I hope. You just crop it, but it won't disappear, but it's not a bad thing to have up indefinitely. Wait, what is the C? Is this master? Yeah. We can crop it a bit, you're right. Wait. Wait. Oh. Okay, so I thought it disappeared. Yeah, I wonder how to get it to disappear. That's interesting. Okay, so let's do another test play and see if it let's see what Jesus looks like. Oh my goodness, I wonder what he's gonna look like. Why are we lagging so much? What's happening? Okay, so see, Jesus looks fine, doesn't he, on the tile set, because he's the same size as stuff, so it works. A little bit laggy. Maybe it's the doodad, so we'll have to uninstall that. Okay, he hasn't changed size. Weird, because we did save it. Okay. Well guys, this is unfortunate, but I'm gonna have to end stream now because it's time for me to go. So what I'm gonna do between now and Monday is I'm gonna figure out a solution to this battle problem with the sizes. So either we're gonna have the sprites double the size, if that works successfully and looks okay, then I'll go for that. If it doesn't and it doesn't work and stuff, then I'll look into finding a different background. But I do like the first option more, I think, but we'll see. It's going to be one or the other. And other than that, what else am I going to do? I'm going to sort out the flower problem, get the flowers on the screens. What else? I feel like there's absolutely loads I've got to do and I forgot. Probably mess about with some battle system plugins as well. Here's all my notes. And also, yeah, do the mini map as well. So guys, I'm gonna go now. Bang's fanging out. And oh yeah, how's our poll doing? Let's have a look. Where's Discord? Oh my goodness, I have like hundreds of tabs open, so I can never find anything now. Okay, here's Discord finally. Okay, so now's your last chance. 5 minutes, the poll is closing. So once the stream ends, I'll be taking screenshots of the results and the results will be in. So it's your last chance, guys. Wait before you go. Yeah, sure, why, what? Try adding inside log div. What's log div? Okay, one sec. I've got so many tabs open. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, okay. So that's 2 lines. Let's find log div. Okay, so I've put it in that one. Yeah, that's what I've done. So there we go. So what's this gonna do then? Is it gonna make it is it gonna make it disappear? Oh, I love Rex. I love Careless Rex. I hope so. Well, I'll just show you my okay, so this is how it looks. I've put it in right, haven't I? Did it disappear? It did. I wasn't looking. I was too busy looking at this. Did it work? Pooter. Pooter? Oh God, it's not. Guys, I've got your hopes up. I'm so sorry. It's because I've opened the other screen. Hang on. Did it not work? I think I tricked you when I switched. I think I tricked you guys because I did this and it made it look like it disappeared. We can test it. Okay. Test. Okay. I'm not sure if it's this pin, and I want to show you the code I've put in. So I wanted to show you if I've done it right. I think it disappeared. Valk's just disappeared. I feel like it's too good to be true. It's worked. Okay, that's perfect. Thank you, iWhat. Looks like this is working. I just need to copy and paste the chat box on our other screens as well. This one mainly. So yeah. You are freaking amazing. Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, you didn't have to do that at all, but it's really nice that you have. So thank you for spending your time doing that. And yay! I guess this is a good point to end the stream. We got our chat box working. So yeah, there's a few little things I've got to get sorted, guys. Before Monday's stream. So, but mainly on Monday we'll know what who won the poll, and we'll put those enemies into the game, and we'll start thinking about skills that they can have maybe, and we'll make sure we get the balancing right with the enemies and the hero so that they don't absolutely murder the hero in one hit. And we'll probably put the sprites on the map maybe. We'll see how we do. But mainly next week's going to be about getting screen 1, 2 and 3 of the dungeon 100% done, so that we can actually do the whole event cutscene bit with the first main quest. So that's the goals. Much appreciated, iWhat. Yeah, have a good weekend, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And I'll spam you with the poll again before I go. I just want to make sure anybody who's lurking or whatever still gets to see that. Because the poll will be finished any moment now. So have a good night, guys. And I will see you on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.